kicks, the pain we can't hunch, and then they find us. We're the real tough guys, breaking down barriers, we aim for the skies. Into the octagon, like a warrior I stand. Trading blows, taking hits as I command. The art of that, I'm ready to go. Submission, knockout, that's how I flow. Unleashing the fury like an untamed beast. Locked in a cage where strength is released. Striking precision, grappling might, the golden octagon. The stage we ignite. Unleashing the fury like an untamed beast. Locked in a cage where strength is released. Striking precision, grappling might, the golden octagon. Stage we ignite.
And we are live. Welcome to the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast with your hosts, Matt and D Rose.
And what's going on, y'all? Happy afternoon. Good afternoon. I don't know. Thank you for stopping by out with us. Right over here on the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. My name is Matt. D Rose is right over there. You guys know him. Always here. With that being said, we got a special episode today, D Rose. It is, quote unquote, the biggest UFC sporting event to ever happen. We got 7 fights this weekend, but before we talk about those 7 fights this weekend, we got a few other things to talk about. Starting off with our UFC Vegas 118 recap from last weekend. We got the Wheel of Doom. And guess what? It ain't me this week, dude. We got some UFC news and fight announcements to go over and talk about, and then get to that sick card this weekend. UFC Freedom 250, our preview, our prediction, our picks, all that. And then we'll try to pick out a champ, heroes, but it's going to be tough, huh? We only got 7 fights.
7 fights, and you can say a lot of them are squash matches. So, I mean, I wouldn't say all of them are, but in terms of the spread on a lot of the fights, or the betting line, it is. But yeah, this pick champ this week's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I agree. But before we get into all that, let's shout out Antoine in here real quick. What's going on, Antoine? Appreciate you stopping by here. We'll get into the rest of your chats here in just a minute. Rose, how have you been over this past week, my guy?
Things have been great. Business has been good, as of late. So I can't complain with that. And as far as the betting weekend, came up missing. Unfortunately, I ended up. I deposited $35, and I ended up coming out with $35.67. So in terms of I technically broke even, so I'm not upset, but it could have been there's a couple here and there that I whiffed on, and I could have had a pretty decent night, but I can't complain too much. And man, I've been excited for this card for a little bit. Hadn't done too much today. It's been a really rainy and cruddy day, so it's been pretty much a lazy day for me today.
Gotcha. I see you've discovered the private chat that says, I've never used this. Well, I see you, D-Rose. I see the private chat message. I've never used it. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the show. Or I guess let's start off with Antoine. What's going on, Antoine? Letting us know he is at his side hustles. Wants to know, how do you feel about the current state of NBA finals? Good. I think New York fans are chodes, but what can we do? Also, since you're from the DMV, have y'all ever visited Washington, D.C.? unfortunately, many a times. I know D Rose went there at least once in 8th grade because I was with him.
Yeah,
His dad was the
went there in
chaperone.
8th grade. And we're not DMV, we're Southwest Virginia is where we're from.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it kind of, you had to kind of break news to me. I thought the distance between Norfolk and DC was a little bit closer than what you had told me. So I was like, well, I didn't realize there was a pretty good distance between the two. I didn't realize there was that much distance. So, but
Yeah.
we're from Southwest Virginia. We're not from DMV. That's Northern Virginia is a whole different area compared to Southern Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where the rich people live, dude. We were not rich. my birthday's on Monday. Can't believe I'm 27. You're still young, Antoine. Don't worry, brother. I can only imagine how you guys feel.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, so they have West Virginia, but dude, you could almost split North and South Virginia and make it two separate states just because it's two completely different areas.
And East Virginia, dude. That ain't even close.
Yeah.
You got the beach on that side.
East and North is a lot closer than North and South, I would say.
You think so, dude? I don't know. I think there's 3 distinct parts of Virginia. Maybe if you compare Richmond to fucking Northern Virginia, all right, but that's right in the middle. So
yeah,
it's tough. I was on an 8th grade field trip. I remember D Rose's dad was our fucking chaperone, and I ended up getting a hat from fucking DC.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it, but from one of those fucking street vendors, probably got scammed. But it is.
I have that. I have that hat still. And so okay. So and I don't know if you remember this or not. Do you remember when I went to get the hat? What the lady had said?
Dude, no.
Dude, no.
That was
so funny because
that was almost 20 years ago.
Well, so Dianco, my dad, we still laugh about it to this day. I went up there, my dad gave me some change to go get a hat. And she said, "Oh, you need an extra large?" And when she said that, everybody felt I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's funny. That's funny." And the freaking old Chinese lady roasted me at the hat stand saying I needed an extra large hat. I'm like, "Damn, lady, this is crazy. I don't even know you."
Yeah.
And she completely
makes sense.
It was bad.
I
know I got a big nose, but come on, man. You didn't have to do all that. You didn't have to.
Did y'all listen to clips back then? I don't think so, Antoine. I think we're all just kind of fucking listening to the radio back then. That's what we had back then was the radio. Maybe a few of us had an MP3 player.
We ended up coming into LimeWire. That was or for me, it was late elementary, early middle school. So.
I don't know. Yeah, but what do you do? We had I remember burning CDs, but I thought, man, I don't know. Yeah, I was young. I don't know. Oh man.
Yeah, like I said, it was for us. It was about late. I'd say about maybe 4th, 5th grade-ish, somewhere in that time. Kind of when I remember us having LimeWire and everything and downloading CDs and stuff like that. Because
around the MySpace time, that's when it all kind of started. Right after the MySpace time. I feel like I got my MP3 player maybe right before high school, so 8th grade. So that that's when I was a heavy LimeWire user. I ruined my computer or ruined my family's computer.
Hey, we all anybody who had LimeWire ruined.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I'm just trying to listen to Lil Wayne. I have Bill Clinton on my.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? All the sound effects. Yeah, you just hear all the horns and stuff going off. You're like, bro, please get to the song. I don't need to hear this intro 20 times.
Absolutely not. Anyway, hope y'all are have had a good morning so far. Afternoon, wherever you are at yeah, we are going to go ahead and jump into the show. Appreciate y'all for stopping by here, hanging out with us. If you're watching this live or if you watched the recap, we truly appreciate you. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button for your boys, and let us know that you're watching. Let me share my screen, D-Rose, and then get into the show with our UFC Vegas 118 recap from this past weekend in the Apex. So this past weekend in the Apex, main event was Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah, dude, we saw Canelo hands on full display, or as you say, Canelo chin on full display. Dude, I don't know how Bilal expected to win the fight where he was just backing up all 5 rounds and just getting like kicked, just outclassed all 5, dude. I did think Gabriel Bonfim was going to win the first 3 and then just survive the last 2 and a decision. But it wasn't even like that. It was just clear Gabriel Bonfim all the way through. Thoughts on the fight?
Yeah, the most confusing thing for me, because I mean, I've been a Bilal, backer for a little bit. I believe that he's been good for quite some time. The style that ended up getting him to the championship, he's just completely gone away from. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody change up their style just completely like that. But and even going to the JDM fight to now,
Shot
I
2
mean,
takedowns the whole fight.
yeah, and they were both like at one he tried to catch him off guard like at the beginning of the 3rd round, and then the other one was, I think it was like it was either like late in the 3rd or in the 4th round. It was kind of like a half-hearted attempt too, and then he just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I don't know if he's gotten to the point now where maybe he got to the title, he became champ, he climbed the ladder, he's content with his career and everything, but it's almost kind of like he just, I don't want to say he's not fighting with any confidence. He's almost acts like he doesn't care anymore. Like that's just kind of what it is to me when he was on that undefeated streak for a little bit. He climbed, clawed, nailed his way through, and whatever he had to do to try to win the round, to win the fight, he did it. And now he's just, all he's doing is throwing 1-2s, and he's throwing that little head kick, and like, cool, but I just don't know what has happened to him in his mindset, to where, to me, he's just not fighting with the same aggression and the same pressure that he used to, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, like with the way that he showed up this past Saturday, who does he beat? Like in the top 10? Anyone?
Yeah,
No.
I have a hard time. I mean, the only, maybe Sean Brady, just because Sean Brady's not a great striker, but at this point, I mean, I don't know. And it's just because the way Bilal's fighting. Like, if he fought a little more aggressive, and I think he could at least, even if he hadn't beaten Bonfim, he could have at least given him a challenge, won a round or 2. But again, to me, it was just 1-2s and that little left head kick, and that was it. And he didn't really have too much to offer, and was just sitting there just getting busted up. And like I said, good chin, but nothing was impressive other than the fact that he was able to eat some shots, and that was about it.
Yeah, that's fair, man. So answering Antoine's question here, is Bilal done at 38 or should he move down to 155? I don't think he's going to move down to 155. I don't think it's going to be any easier from there. 38, man. I just think UFC kind of uses him as a stepping stone at this point. Yeah, let's these young dudes just come in there and just tear him up. I mean, he's still tough. He'll last all 5 rounds for now. Like, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, and again, for me, it's not even if he's like you said, he's tough. He's not getting KO'd or anything like that. He's able to be durable, but I don't know. There's just not that aggression there anymore. And I mean, if you're not going to fight with that aggression, did you just have a mental dump to where you're just, again, you're fulfilled with your career, you became champion, all this. Are you satisfied with everything at this point? Because to me, that's just kind of like how he's fighting.
It's almost like, I don't know if he's gotten a takedown since he dumped Leon on his head.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I just can't remember, like, one maybe.
Yeah, he took JDM down a couple, I think like 2, but again, he didn't really shoot that much in that fight, and he didn't do it until later in the fight. So even in that fight with JDM, you can kind of see a little bit of a change. I thought Ian Gary was just kind of like a tough matchup, but in this fight, I thought Bonfim, not to say that Bilal, will beat him 9 out of 10 times, but I thought that was a matchup there to where if Bilal's there mentally, he could have gotten one. But yeah, that's just not how he fought.
That ain't the game, dude. That ain't the game. Moving on, co-main event, Brendan Allen, Edmund Shabazian, dude. If you would have told me 2 or 3 years ago that Brendan Allen was going to strike on the feet with Edmund Shabazian for 3 rounds and outstrike him, go on to win the fight via unanimous decision, I would have been like, man, Sean Strickland just now toasted him. I don't know. But yeah, dude, that's what happened. I don't even know. Like, did Brendan Allen even fucking go for a takedown? I don't know if he went for one. It was just on the feet, striking with Edmund Shabazian, doing well. Like, Edmund kind of looked like he wasn't expecting it, dude. I wanted to message you during the fight, but I was like, man, as soon as I do, fucking Brendan Allen get toasted. And I messaged you, and guess what? He didn't get toasted. He went on to win the fight via decision. What's your thoughts on the co-main event this past week?
Yeah, I think another one when I think he, Brendan Allen kind of went for a half-hearted attempt there in the first round for a takedown, didn't get it, and I think he was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm comfortable on the feet. Shabazian hasn't hit me with anything that's super dangerous, and he just sorry, I had to catch myself mid-sneeze there. But yeah, Brendan Allen was just willing to stand and bang there, and I was surprised that Brendan Allen did that. I thought there was a path to victory there, but I guess he didn't really. I guess he ate a couple of Shabazian shots and he felt comfortable with everything. And I will say that Brendan Allen has the last couple fights. He has been a little bit more willing to stand and throw. Like him and Marvin Vettori just kind of stood there and threw it down.
Him and Imavov, like, oof.
Yeah,
like that was the scariest fight for me, because I was just like, I'm a Brendan Allen. I don't want to say a fan. I support Brendan Allen, dude. I want him to do well, but man, he just makes dumb decisions. Like in the Imavov fight, like, brother, you've got to try to get this down. You're getting toasted.
Yeah, exactly. He just makes certain decisions in certain fights where Brendan Allen has all the intangibles. Like, he's, as you see this past Saturday, he's a good striker. He's got good wrestling when he wants to do it, and then he's got great jiu-jitsu. And if he's got your back, man, he's probably going to come away with that rear naked choke. He's super good.
And he's going to fight for your money, dude. He's not going to give no quit at him.
Yeah, he would definitely not quit. He's got that dog in him. But I would like to see him just not be so willing to just stand in there and throw down, because a guy like Shabazian, like to me, I felt like Brendan Allen probably should have smoked him, and he didn't. And you give Shabazian an opportunity like that, and he could put you out. Now it didn't cost Brendan Allen this fight, but the bad thing is, I mean, I don't think this win really does anything for him, because he called for the title fight after this fight. Yeah, he called for the title fight or something like that. And I just don't see what I just don't see what winning this fight is actually going to do for him, except get him paid. Which ultimately he did say that he was looking to get paid, because he's been, long story short, he's been broke for a little bit. So, I definitely understand that. But career trajectory wise, I just don't know what this win does for him.
I agree, man. I agree. Moving on down, the fight that ruined parlays across the world. FarzM drops the first 2 rounds to Tom Nolan and then tries to do something in the third. I guess wins the third, but at that point, it's just too late, dude. This is one where it confuses me, because I don't think Tom Nolan's a great fight. I think FarzM, if this would have been on the feet for 3 rounds, I think FarzM would have won the fight. Just Tom Nolan seems to be the stronger, better wrestler, I guess. I don't know. Until the third round, it was almost like dude, I have no clue, because fucking third round comes and fucking FarzM's the fucking way better fucking wrestler, fucking grappler. So maybe Tom Nolan just gassed, but he honestly didn't even look like that. I don't know what happened. It almost looks like someone paid FarzM to not do shit 2 rounds. It's kind of what it looked like. Because the third round he was trying. With that being said, Tom Nolan wins via decision, ruined 3 parlay made. Thoughts on Farsi and Tom Nolan?
Yeah, that was I'm 1000% with you. Crushed most, if not all, my parlays that I had. I did have this.
I mean,
the
aside,
round.
like I had it over, I had the over 1.5. I'm like, I don't even know why this is an option. Neither one of these dudes are fucking finishing the other one.
Yeah, I had to fight to start the third round just in case there might have been like a late third round finish or something like that. But but yeah, I mean, Tom Nolan, I mean, he did look like the stronger dude, and especially a lot of those clinch exchanges early, you know, against the fence, you know, looked like Farziem, you know, again, we got best slips on him. I'm like, go ahead, Farziem, get the takedown. And then all of a sudden, Tom Nolan just flips positions real quick, gets that underhook, and then all of a sudden he's getting the takedown. And yeah, as someone who was back in Farziem, it was annoying, but yeah, Tom Nolan.
And then, like, midway through the second round, like, there was a brief moment. There was like 3 minutes left in the round, and somehow fucking Forrest ended up on top. I was like, oh shit, he can win this round still. And then, like, literally 10 seconds later, fucking back on the feet, and then fucking Tom Nolan got him back on the ground again. I was like, God damn it, dude. Like,
I think he threw like a kick or something like that, and then he like slipped and fell, and then yeah, Tom Nolan fell on top of him. And when he did that, I was like, I just threw my hands up. I was like,
it's over.
Yeah. No, I had the exact same reaction. I was like, yeah, we're cooked, man. But yeah, it was a good win for Tom Nolan and got him in the rankings.
Yeah, Dave wants to know if we're going back to normal time after the finals. Dave, this is the normal time, brother. I start school in a couple weeks for my blue collar job, so that is in the afternoon every single day. So this will be time from now on, 1 p.m. East Coast time, noon Central. I believe that's 10 West Coast time. But this is the new time, Dave. Antoine saying, what's up to Dave? I'm in a crawl space, barely have any service. Makes it hard for me to talk my shit. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, brother. And you want me to get into HVAC, Dave? I ain't getting no crawl space. Do you realize, dude? No. Phone's ringing, and it's ringing through my computer. Stop it. Decline. Dude. Okay, there we go. Anyway, do you think Tom Nolan has a real potential? I didn't. I honestly didn't. What bills, dog? It's just people. I'll tell you what it is. Voicemails every day. Your loan, the loan you applied for, that couldn't be done before.
I literally deleted 5 of them this morning.
Dude, they all say the same shit. It's like, and I'll report it and block the number, and it's like they just come from how many phone numbers do y'all have? Like, it's like, I ain't got no bills that I owe nobody. Y'all just want me to take out a loan.
Yep.
Fuck off.
The loan you applied for everybody falls on hard times. I'm like, man, don't get off my damn line.
Yeah. Do you think Tom Nolan has real potential? I honestly didn't. I guess we'll see from here on out, man. He's young, Antoine. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's young, and he's young. He's got potential, you know. He's definitely a solid fighter. I mean, he definitely showed some skills this past weekend, you know, stuff that I didn't necessarily think he was capable of. So, and like you said, he's young enough to kind of keep building and getting better. Do I think he's a champ? No. Does he fight for a title? Probably not. But can he get in the top 10? Sure.
Yeah. Antoine wants to know what you think the hardest regular job in existence is. I would guess something on an oil field or like one of those fisherman boats, one of those. Because you get paid a lot of money, but like dangerous work, hard work, really labor intensive.
Like, some of like the coal mines and stuff like that too.
I don't really think there's a whole lot of that still going on. I don't think there's a whole lot of that still going on. They got machines for that now, dear.
Kentucky and West Virginia, you would be very surprised.
Yeah. All right. Truck driver, I don't think, probably not either one of those, Antoine. Dave saying he's on track to make $100,000 a year. Do HVAC. That's what's up. All right, Dave. Maybe one day, man. Maybe if what I'm getting into does not work out, maybe I'll try the HVAC. Anyway, Bryce Mitchell, Santiago Luna. Yeah, Bryce Mitchell wins third round submission. I mean, I think this was just a Bryce Mitchell got the takedowns and the control, dude. And first 2 rounds was hoping for maybe fucking Luna to land that shot. He looked good on the feet. You could tell, like the Bryce wanted no parts of being on the feet. But to be fair, when has Bryce Mitchell ever want any parts of being on the feet? Anyway, with that being said, he ends up getting Luna down and get that arm triangle in the third round. Santiago Luna was trying, dude. He had pretty much no quit in him, dude. He was trying. He was fighting his heart out all three and just didn't make it the last 8 seconds of the fight. Thoughts on this fight? Did you lose money on Bryce Mitchell decision, or did you bet him straight up 3 decision? Did you bet
No,
him sub?
I
What's
did
up?
not. I did not bet Bryce Mitchell. I felt good about him winning the fight, but I just wasn't too sure. So yeah, I actually did not. I bet this fight to start the third round as well. So I saved myself on that part. But in terms of winner, anything like that, no, I did not bet that. I was a little worried about Bryce Mitchell coming in, but once the fight started going and Bryce Mitchell was able to get the control with takedowns, I felt pretty good about it. But I'd even messaged you mid fight and I said, dude, Bryce is about to get cut off a win. Like, this fight is absolute rat garbage. Like, the thing with Bryce is that he wasn't even really looking for any ground and pound or anything. He was just holding Luna down and was just holding his position. Man, certain refs nowadays are, kind of, if you're not making too much action early on, like, they will stand you up if you're not advancing position or anything like that. And, I think Bryce
Especially if the
was
crowd's
lucky.
booing, but they were in the apex though. So
Yeah. So that makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, I thought Bryce was going to cost himself there. Because even when he went for ground and pound late in the first round, he was able to get it. He just didn't really do much of it. But he just ultimately grounded Luna out until he got the sub. And I think Bryce really saved his performance, because we would have talked about how boring it was, but he saved himself with the finish at the end.
does Bryce ever become a popular fighter again? I mean, one could argue, Antoine, he's never lost any popularity. Maybe certain people, he
Yeah,
might even be
correct.
more popular.
Correct.
I think his name has
Yeah.
always been in the headlines, brother. I want to ask you, have you seen Adrian? Yeah, he's so fat, dude. He just in
Yeah.
on all those clips with Armin Saryukian saying that he would punch Armin in the back of the head if he went to take him down. It's like, dude, you would be on the ground. You're not going to have a chance to punch in the back of the head. You're going to be flat on your back.
Yep.
Like this is slow motion. What he's showing you the moves are. He's like, I would be like, bam, bam. I'm like, bro, he's okay. Like you could tell he's like, this has never crossed his mind. This has never happened. He has never experienced what, like, I just wish, can I get this live for 30 seconds? Let him see when Armin Saryukian, how quick he would have him on his back. There's no shot on earth that Adrian Broner would stand a chance, dude. You see how fat he is? He ain't Adrian
Dude,
Broner of prime, dude.
dude, if Armin, could you imagine if Armin Saryukian like body kick? Because Armin's got a pretty good body kick, like body kick, freaking Adrian Broner right in that big ass gut. Like, could you imagine the huge ripple
Yeah,
effect that would come from that with Armin landing one of those? That'd be
yeah.
yeah, be exciting to see.
Yeah. Anyway, Iwo Barnetsky, Junior Tafa. This one ended exactly as expected. Round one knockout. I'm glad I bet the under here. Junior Tafa, dude. How much longer is he in the UFC? Like, can we? He's 7-6, dog. I believe he was undefeated coming in the UFC. He may have won 1 or 2 the whole time.
I think he's 1-2. I think he's like I think he's like
Yeah.
2-6, or that sounds about right.
I think he was
2-5,
5-0, and
2-6,
then
something like that.
yeah, he was like 5-0, and then now he's like 2-6. Like, dude, are they going to cut him, or are they just going to keep rolling him out for these Australia cards? Because they
They'll
cut the
probably
older
roll him
brother,
out for
dude.
Yeah, they'll probably roll him out for another Australian card, but I think he ended up getting a new contract after his last fight. It was either after his last fight
God.
or it was a fight previously where he had just gotten a new contract. So I think they'll probably put him on another Australian card. But if he gets toasted, then I think they'll probably just cut bait.
Yeah, that's fair. Prelim main event of the prelims this past weekend was Alessandro Costa Matt Schnell. This burned me, man. This burned me because just like last week, dude, I had a 3-leg sub-special parlay, and I was just waiting on this one for the third leg, dude. And not only did I have it bet, I actually bet it twice. So I basically had $1,600 riding on this Alessandro Costa sub. He drops Matt. He goes back. I'm like, come on, just go for the sub, neck, armbar, I don't care. And he just starts just beating the dick off of Matt Schnell's back of his head, dude. And ref stops it, dude. I wanted to cry, dude.
The adrenaline dump that happens when the odd you need or the type of win you need doesn't happen. It is so sad.
I'm so used to it now, dude. It does nothing to me. Like, that's 2 weeks in a row because last week I needed fucking Jake Matthews sub, and he was going for it. And then after a certain point, I'm like, he just ain't gonna get it. I just like gave up hope. Luckily, this one ended quick, where it's like I didn't even have hope really. Like, the hope that I had ended quick, and the fight was over. Like Jake Matthews fight, it was just prolonged hope. And then just let down at the end. Just sheer sadness. This was over quick. It is what it is.
Yeah, it was over quick.
Also,
but I think we all expected it.
Yeah, Antoine, is this the kind of brain damage you, dude? Antoine, I don't know if you are aware. I wanted to bring this up, D-Rose. How many times has Matt Schnell retired in the past 5 fights, dude? Has he retired after every of his last 4 or 5 fights now? Like, at this point,
sounds like it.
he retired, but I think he retired after the last one and the one before that too. Like, what? You can't keep retiring.
He said he retired previously. One of the other times was because he was scared that he was going to lose his job.
At least 3. So it's been at least 3 times now.
Yeah.
At very minimum 3 times.
Yeah. It's I don't understand it, but yeah, at this point, dude is just taking, like Antoine said, irreversible brain damage. Yeah, you got to call it quits at this point, and for good.
Yeah. Do you think UFC will have pensions one day?
Yeah.
Maybe, dude, but it's going to be like you got to have like 15, 20 fights in, something like that. Like, it ain't going to be like you fought 2 or 3 times and that's it. But hey, we'll see. We need it to grow a lot more, man. We need a lot more fans because right now it just ain't it. Marcus McGee, John Giannis, their play ruiner for me, dude. I had Marcus McGee via knockout. I had the under. None of which happened. Kind of Marcus styled on John Giannis all 3 rounds, walked him down, kind of beat him up. Nothing really to say outside of that. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think you pretty much summed it up. Yeah, Marcus McGee just beat him up for 3 rounds, pretty much.
Wild, man. Bruno Silva, Edgar Chairez. I did go Edgar Chairez. This was the second leg in that parlay, dude. Edgar Chairez via submission, and it happened, dude, exactly as I expected. Club and sub, man. Edgar Chairez is this fighter that has like 10 submissions now, but doesn't even go for takedown. Like, knuckles these guys up. They shoot in on him, and he fucking wraps up the neck, dog. Like, let's go Edgar Chairez, dude. He's big for the weight class. Dude, his arms are so long. It's almost like when he has his arms up, his elbows are still like down at his hips, dude. Like, when my elbows, my arms ain't that long, dog. Like, my elbows are like, I would have to stand like this for my elbows to be at my hips, dog. Like that. Like, it just ain't the way my body is shaped, man. So, yeah, man. Shout out Edgar Chairez. Thoughts on that fight?
Edgar Chairez beat the snot out of Bruno Silva. Like, that was like, I mean, it was like Bruno Silva like landed a couple shots early, but other than that, dude, like, I mean, that was Edgar Chairez just beating Bruno Silva down and until he got the sub. So yeah, it was a really good performance from Edgar Chairez. Like I said, he had the kind of shaky performance against Felipe Bunes. But I guess coming in this fight, he did have a pretty good size advantage against Bruno Silva, and he definitely used it. Kept landing the uppercut, and I think he landed it 2 or 3 different times and rocked him with it, and finally rocked him with the last one and got the sub. It was a nasty performance for Chairez, man.
Yeah, man, and he lost to a lot of people, man. Josh Van, Tatsuro Taira. Did he lose to Charles Johnson or no? Or did he fight Charles Johnson? I don't even remember. I would have to look back. Anyway, Priscilla Cachoeira, Chelsea Chandler, dude. This was one that I don't say ruined a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of ruin a lot of bets for me because it ain't like that I bet Priscilla Cachoeira in all of them. I did have Priscilla Cachoeira money line. I did have Priscilla Cachoeira knockout. What ruined it for me, dude, is I either had one of those, but in most of the fights, I had the fight to go over, to over 2.5, and then the ended early in the first round. So Chelsea Chandler wins round 1 submission. I believe that was your pick. I mean, we knew it was kind of going to go one of the ways. He was going to be like Priscilla Cachoeira just kind of beating Chelsea Chandler up all 3 rounds, maybe knocking her out, or it was going to be Chelsea Chandler submission, or maybe even laying on Priscilla Cachoeira all 3 rounds. We knew the outcomes of this fight, and one of which happened. Chandler round 1 sub. Thoughts on this one?
Yeah. Well, the worst part for Priscilla Cachoeira is that, and she was landing some shots early as well, but how do you
had fucking Chandler running, dude? She just runs every time she gets hit, dude.
Yeah, it is hilarious. Like, yeah, she has made this a regular thing, but then Priscilla Cachoeira ends up getting rocked by Chelsea Chandler. Like, she ends up landing the left down the middle, the right hook over the top, and I mean it was a nice little combination, but yeah, that was rough for Priscilla Cachoeira to get rocked like that. And of course, when Chandler's going for the arm bar, Priscilla Cachoeira is trying to kick her in her face as they're on the ground, because Priscilla Cachoeira, one way or the other, she's going to cheat. She is going to do something. She is going to do something in some sort of cheating fashion in her fights.
Yes,
mark my word, especially when she gets taken down. So yeah, it never fails.
Yeah, man. It is what happened. Antoine asking, how much do y'all think Edgar Chairez is making? We saw his father. He's probably making what, 12 and 12? I mean, shit, dude. After taxes, you're probably getting
he's got to be further along than that. I mean, he's got to be a couple of contracts in the UFC at this point. I gotta imagine.
I mean, but
40 and 40.
I think when this happened, though, it was probably 12 and 12. So after taxes, he was probably making like 16, 18 grand maybe, and then you pay your manager and all that, dude. So, I mean, after everything, he's probably making 10, 12 grand, and for a whole year, dude, that's terrible. Like, you have to fight 2-3 times a year, dude. Yeah. You give yourself life-changing money considering where you started. I think now, yes. At first, maybe, possibly, if he didn't have anything, like if like he always had, $100, $200, like the most money he ever had, and then all of a sudden he has 10 grand, of course that's life-changing money. But dude, when you start coming to the US a whole, shit's expensive, dude. You get hotels for your coaches and all that shit, food for all your coaches and all that shit. You got flights, you have to only pay for like one person now, so he has to fund all that other shit, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. Jordan Levitt, Joe Anderson Brito. This was one that leg 1. This was leg 1, Joe Anderson Brito sub. Leg 2 was Edgar Chairez sub, and leg 3 was Alessandro Costa sub. So it ruined me, but this one I was happy with. Joe Anderson Brito came in there, submitted Jordan Levitt at the end of the first round. It was going like Jordan Levitt was in control, dude, but it was almost like every time Joe Anderson Brito would pop back up, start throwing bombs on him, and then fucking Jordan Levitt's like, oh shit, I need to get this down. And his style kind of like Bryce Mitchell, dude. They got the same funky, lanky body style with these weird, they'll grab onto you and just fall down. And that's how they get you down, dude. Catch wrestling, if you will. But Joe Anderson Brito wraps up the neck there in the end of the first round and submits. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good win for Brito, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, like I said, I was pretty. I mean, I wasn't super invested in Jordan Levitt, but I did have a straight up bet on him, and yeah, I was surprised that yeah, I was surprised he. I mean, he kind of got. I don't want to say got smoked, but yeah, like you said, every time I was on the feet, he was desperate for a takedown, and Joe Anderson Brito to set up the ninja choke perfectly and got him out of there. So good win for Brito.
Yeah, what do you think the most expensive state to live is in the U.S.? See, Antoine, that's a tricky question because a state is a big area. You want to start talking about cities? We can talk, but fucking states has cheap areas everywhere, man. Do y'all think going to 145 was a mistake? Not for Levitt. I don't think so. I just think Joe Anderson Brito's a tough matchup. Tough matchup for him, brother. Jessica Chavez, Yanesi Dubin, Jalissa Chavez wins the decision. Anything there? Are you excited to see her in the future? She's down to knuckle up, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. First real fight inside the UFC. Ketlin Souza, Ariane Carnelossi, just dude, aside from having very nice arms, like almost like an action figure, like someone took a female action figure and then took Paulo Costa's arms off another action figure and stuck them on. Yeah, that's the really only thing she's known for, dude. She's just in there, slow, bad footwork. Dude, if there's one fighter that Ariane Carnelossi who reminds me of almost to a T, maybe a step up, maybe like, you know, you have a flight of steps, you know, say one fighter's at the bottom of the steps, you have 20 steps to go up.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, because she kind of reminds me. She's not to me. She's not as good, but Sam Hughes.
No, I was gonna say Hannah Goldie. Maybe Ariane Carnelossi's like a step, maybe 2 steps up from Hannah Goldie. Like same style, both just stiff, almost too muscular for the sport. Like, what are you doing? Like, lose some mass. You can't function being that big. You know, you're just too lumbering. And that's just what it is. She just can't move. Kellen Souza comes in there, cleans her up, drops her on her face round 1. Thoughts on that one?
Caitlin Souza is such an aggressive and nasty finisher when she goes for it, dude. Like the big right hands that she was landing, and you know, throws the soccer kick, and I mean it was perfectly timed because it was right when Carnelossi's hands came up from off.
Dude, she was already up. Like, even if her hands were on the octagon, that was still legal. As long as there was no knees, she's good. They're in Vegas.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so yeah, lands a head kick, and then follows up with the big right hand against the fence. I don't know if you ever remember the clip when Dan Hooker fought Jim Miller back in the day, and he landed the knee, and then he hit him with just this sweep through punch against the fence. It was so cold blooded from Dan Hooker, and that's exactly what it reminded me of from Caitlin Souza. Like she just punched through Carnelossi's face when she was on the fence, and dude, it was a nasty finish. Like I'm not gonna lie, I watched it a couple of different times. Like I was like, dude, when she's got somebody hurt. Like was it who was it? She fought on the Noche card.
Yeah, she fought fucking Haragi, and she like fucking smoked her and then choked her out.
Yeah, Yasmin Haragi. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she landed that big shot, hurt her, and just went and just choked her unconscious within seconds. Dude, Caitlin Souza got you hurt. She has that killer instinct that that's fun to watch.
Do you like a female fight that like you can inject into my veins, dude? Give me Denise Gomes and Caitlin Souza. Who wins that, dog? Both are just in there, just down the throat. Kind of the same fighter, too, dude.
Yeah,
both.
Well, and honestly, I was going to
like
say,
you can tell they you can tell like they both have been inspired by Andrade. Like that is their role model. Jessica.
Well,
right.
and I was exactly about to say, if Andrade is still doing the thing, like, dude, that would actually be a fun matchup as well as Caitlin Souza versus Andrade, because I think that's two very, very similar styles that that could make for a fun fight.
Yeah, indeed. So that is the fights from this weekend. Anything you want to talk about that we didn't talk about?
No, we covered it all.
All right.
We
So
covered it all.
yeah, Antoine, I believe you can just Google, man, what's the most expensive city to live in the U.S. I mean, it's going to be somewhere in like San Francisco, somewhere in fucking California.
Yeah, Los Angeles. Yeah.
Probably not even LA. Probably like the tech area of California, dude. All right, which leaves us to our next topic on today's show. D Rose's favorite time of the week, this week at least, the Wheel of Doom. So this past weekend, D Rose, let me get our music started and my screen.
Can't believe this.
Share this tab instead.
That's my camera.
Yeah, man. I love it. This past weekend.
This boo.
Oh no.
What?
They take away our music? Oh no, it's there. I just didn't have it clicked. Oh man, I was about to lose it. I'm like, it took away our music?
I thought you were about to say I was disconnected. I was like, bro, I'm here. PTSD.
All right. So this past weekend at UFC Vegas 118, headlined by Gabriel Bonfim and Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. Mindy Rose had 5 different picks, of which 3 counted. I'll let you know all 5 picks. It was Joe Anderson Brito versus Jordan Levitt, Zombie Girl Priscilla Cachoeira versus Chelsea Chandler, Edgar Chairez versus Bruno Bulldog Silva, Santiago Lula versus Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell, and Gabriel Bonfim versus Bilal Muhammad, in which the fights that counted were Zombie Girl versus Chelsea Chandler, Edgar Chairez versus Bruno Bulldog, in the main event, Gabriel Bonfim, Bilal Muhammad. My picks, they were Joe Anderson Brito, Zombie Girl, Edgar Chairez, Santiago Luna, and Gabriel Bonfim. D Rose went Jordan Levitt, Chelsea Chandler, Bruno Bulldog, Bryce Mitchell, and Bilal, remember the name Muhammad, so you don't have to do the math. The ones that counted, I went Chelsea Chandler. The first fight, Chelsea Chandler versus Zombie Girl, I went Zombie Girl. D Rose went Chelsea Chandler. Second fight that counted was Chairez versus Bruno Bulldog. I went Edgar Chairez. D Rose went Bruno Bulldog. So that ties us up 1-1, which leaves us at the main event, Gabriel Bonfim, Bilal Muhammad, in which I went Gabriel Bonfim. D Rose went Bilal Muhammad, which leaves me to be this week's pick leading into 250, when it's a strong card for us to draw or have the same pick. We need to keep that shit again this week. It's a strong chance we got one different pick, maybe even no different picks. Maybe there is no beanie next week. With that being said, D Rose, let me know when you want me to give it a spin, and I'll give it a spin.
Hit it.
All right, there we go. Will it be fire or will it be sour? It's going to be sour this week. You got off lucky, D Rose. I ain't seen you eat that many sours, dog.
To be fair, I've been had a pretty good streak this year. I mean, about the last month or so, we've gone back and forth. But I'll say for the most part, I've been all right.
All right. While you're doing that, D Rose, while doing that, I'm gonna let my dog out real quick. I'm gonna play some music. I'll turn it down. All right, talk to the boys. I'm gonna let my dog out.
Thank you for waiting. Oh, I got a mouthful of cane. Oh my god. The problem is, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've had this. and my basement is cold. So, oh gosh, the sour part is like super sticky. So it's like sticking to everything in my mouth. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I would rather have had a hot bean. Oh my god. Dude, my eyes are literally watering. Oh my gosh. The way to toss it to me while I'm literally over here trying to hold it together right now. Holy smoke. Oh. Again, the problem, you can't hold it on one side. Pause. Oh. I'm starting to calm down now a little bit. Holy smokes. I don't even want to lick my fingers because it's on my fingers right now. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, Antoine, I see your question there about Bonfim. I don't know if the title shot's inevitable because if I'm being honest, I really don't even know if he's going to fight for a title. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like oozing.
Suck it, dork.
Yeah, I don't think Gabriel Bonfim is that good to be fighting for a title. I don't think he beats Morales. Well, maybe Morales. I don't know. But, yeah, then like Prates, yeah, any of those guys up there at the top, I think Sean Brady beats him. Yeah, I think he has a tough time up against the top 5.
Yeah. Antoine, you're asking a lot of questions I'm about to talk to D Rose about as soon as we get to this news section. So we'll probably get to those. If you guys ever became I don't know, Antoine. No idea. Would you look to defend it or to go for a money fight? Man, that's a lot of I don't know. It's tough to know, dude. I'm not in that situation. You'll be all right, D-Rose?
I'm definitely hitting the club. Not fun. Man, all I know is that when I played football back in the day, like my favorite thing to do after a game, like after such an energy dump, is just to eat as much food as I could. So I know, like, if I did something like that, I would probably, of course, being an athlete and stuff, you're getting all built up and worked up throughout the fight or game or whatever. I definitely have like a big meal afterwards. Like some sort of like we eating like kings. Like we probably even doing like some type of crab boil or something like that.
Gotcha. All right, D-Rose. Let's get into our UFC news and fight announcements section of the week. I see something right here, but this guy always just puts out straight fake news all the time. So I don't know if this is true. David Martinez is officially out of his UFC Abu Dhabi fight against Umar Nurmagomedov. So that was not scheduled very long because we were talking about that last week.
Sense. Because like I said, that is a terrible matchup for David Martinez and way too quick of a climb. So yeah, that's a good call. And maybe we know the UFC has announced fights that have also not actually been officially signed either, kind of trying to put the public pressure on the guy. Who knows if they tried to put Martinez in that situation, but yeah, to me personally, that's a good career move for Martinez.
Yeah, I agree. So let's see what's on my story this week, D-Rose. Looks like we need to go back one. All right. What's your thoughts on the White House custom gloves?
Yeah, sure. Like, I don't know. Like that dude, that looks like Captain America punching gloves. That like the blow up ones that you had back in the day, the ones that like you like blew up and they got like they look like a giant like bouncy ball. Like that's exactly what that looks like.
I agree, man. I agree. Truly do. Which we'll talk about something else here in a minute or so. I'm trying to upload this. This might make my figured it would. Give me just a second. It made my screen go small on this side.
yeah, dude, that sour candy was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, let's see what else we got.
What in the actual fuck is this? The UFC.
All right, let's go. I got to go back to pause it.
What in the actual fuck is this?
There's the shirts I was talking about there.
Dude.
How terrible is that, dude? Like, what is this? That is like
It
the
looks
worst
like,
shit I've ever seen. Like a Temu shirt.
It looks like some sort of like purple tie dye, like I don't know. A lot of whoever designed a lot of this stuff. I mean, again, from the gloves, the merch, all this stuff, man. Yeah, that's a sight to behold. That's for sure.
UFC needs to euthanize whoever came up with this design and whoever approved it. There's two parties involved here, and they both need to go. I don't know how to explain it, but it reminds me of this. You just know this shit is 100% polyester. There's no doubt about it. This shit is disgusting. Who the fuck came up with this?
That's true. All right, that's my card video yesterday.
Everybody's banned apparently.
All right, yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this, because like fucking Sean Strickland fucking came out saying that he was banned from the White House, and then I heard some news saying that fucking Diego fucking Lopez's walkout song was banned, so on, so forth. This is Dana White's response to that.
Apparently fucking everybody is banned. Of course, Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is banned from humanity, okay? We don't want him near any human beings anywhere. Fuck.
That is true, but that's
Good
but
point.
do you like how he like kind of like sidestepped the question? Like he didn't say no, he's not banned. He said he's banned everywhere. Like you didn't say he wasn't banned. You just said that he's banned from humanity. So you know, kind of odd there.
Shows up at Power Slap. He starts fights. He made it very clear that he didn't want to be a part of this event. And now apparently he's banned. Nobody is banned. Nobody's music is banned. No.
Well, I guess no. He said that he's not banned, but I don't know. Seems kind of odd. See, I don't know. Like just a whole weird situation.
Media members have been banned, and the list goes on and on. This is obviously a very unique event where, first of all, there's only so much room. And she was telling me that, at the White House, there's 1,000 media members that are credentialed at the White House.
So it looks like a lot of the space there is going to be for the media members. So I would expect lots of big news to be there. You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. I mean, just, for me, I've seen a lot of like, this week, like, they'll show like on your news feed, like, suggest, like, oh, something you might be interested in or whatever. Like I saw a lot of like Fox News and stuff like that, like show the way the UFC White House card is being, not the card, but like, the arena in general is being built, and they've shown the claw and all that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be like ESPN and all them, and as well as it's gonna be like big media like Fox and CNN and them.
Yeah.
So, 1,000 people are like, oh, we're all going to, no,
Got another
you can't
phone
have
call.
1,000, of the White House media members just show up.
Oh, my shit's about to ring. Get out of here.
At this thing. There's only 4,300 tickets to actually see. So literally nobody has been banned from this event.
But can you be cleared to get into the event is the question. You may not be banned, but can you get in?
Correct. That's the,
in hindsight, do you feel
that's the security line. And plus, it could be White House security that ends up being the ones that ban him or whatever, and not necessarily UFC. So he's saying the UFC, but again, they're doing a card at the White House, so it could very well be whoever at the White House maybe said that as well. So
this is Justin Gaethje's response to Ilya saying that he crossed the line, talking about his family, so on and so forth. Let's get your thoughts on this.
feel like you took it too far, or was it fair game?
What did I say?
You know, alluding to his family matters.
What? How did it matter?
You said,
I said he's annoying. I would never want to be in the same room with him. I understand.
That ain't what he said. He said, I understand why his wife left him. He's annoying.
Yeah, well, he kind of got baited with that question from the people that he did the interview with, where the soundbite went out. Like, because it seems like someone teed him up to say, "Oh, well, like I can see why his wife left him, right?" And you know, he just kind of answered that question.
Yeah.
And to me, I think
Understand
that's
why.
where Gaethje got caught up. But
Yeah.
Nobody would leave him. Friend, wife, girlfriend, manager, coach. He talks about himself. He walks around smelling his own fart.
He's been saying that a lot this week, that Elias smells his own farts. He keeps saying that. He keeps saying he smells his own farts.
I mean, it's, you know, in a funny way, it is true.
Yeah.
He thinks he's God. He had a funeral procession for me, you know, so he wants to act like he's so respectful. He's fucking disrespecting me every chance he's got. So if that comment made him want to beat me up more, then I don't know what he was planning on doing before. Because
That's true, though. It's like, you're already going to fight, you know, like, do you want to beat me up more now? We were already going to fight, dog.
I've been planning on trying to hurt him the entire time, no matter what he said. If anything, I was defending his wife. You know, I was like, fucking understand. This motherfucker
If anything, I was defending his wife.
fucking annoying. She talks so much shit. He never shuts up, and he's always talking about
he's
himself.
correct too about
So,
you're throwing roses on top of my picture. It's like you're already declaring
Mhm.
this. Like you're going 18-0 or whatever it is. I don't know what his record is. What is he 17-0 going for 18? So yeah, you're the
something
one
like
who's
that.
already jumped your record on IG. You're the one who's putting flowers on my picture and stuff before the fights even happen. So yeah, like you can try to come out after the fact and say, "Oh no, I've been very respectful of Justin." No, you haven't. You've been kind of spitting in his face and telling him it's raining, and he's tired of the shit. And I don't blame him.
I got you.
I mean, that shit annoying.
All right, let's mute this so we don't get copyrighted. The claw for UFC for 250 is set, dude. Look at the size of that motherfucker. It's taller than the White House is. Kind of wild how big that shit is. I wonder. Yeah, it's about. Look at this guy. Probably wasn't the smartest idea, but man, how out of shape is Mark Hunt that some random dude is going there and touching him up there? Watch this.
I asked you who you wanted to see me fight. You gave me dog shit suggestions, so I thought I'd fought the scariest man in Australia, Super Samoan. That's from the face. Dude, you know, flow like this.
So he's gonna go fight Mark Hunt in a barbershop there.
Not many, infinity, not many.
I gotta mute it because the song's playing. Don't want to get copyrighted here. But dude, look at this random dude just freaking touching up the Super Samoan Mark Hunt here. Here, let me. Dude, look how fat.
I mean,
Mark
to be
Hunt
fair,
is,
though, I mean, the guy is alive. I mean, Mark Hunt was never known to be the fastest guy. He just had good power.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly not going super hard, too, because the guy's not.
Yeah.
Because the guy looks like he could have landed like a lot harder punches, but he, you know, he's kind of pulling back touches to the body.
And then he just fell. and then the dude just fell. All right, D-Rose, let's test your UFC ball knowledge. Do you know UFC ball? I got all these right. Just so you know, first time through, I got all these right. So
to test your UFC ball knowledge. If you can't answer all five, you are not tapped into the culture. Number one, who did Jorge Masvidal give a 2-piece in the soda to?
Answer?
Leon.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Leon Edwards. Next question. What group of people does Drew Dober just keep knocking out for some reason? Just flatline burying them for some reason. 3.
D-Rose?
Really? That's the question.
That's
Really?
the question. Yep.
The African American community.
It just keeps knocking out black dudes for some reason.
2, 1. Black people. For some reason, he never loses when he fights them. Question number 3. This is an easy one. Who in the UFC has Canelo hands?
Our buddy. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Can't remember it.
3, 2, 1. Bilal Muhammad. Next question. What UFC fighter at a press conference said, "I'm going to take you to the 7th layer of hair"?
Why am I forgetting?
You don't know that one.
Hold on.
It was against the Leon Edwards. I'll give you that answer.
Yeah, I was about to say you just gave it to me with that one. I was trying to think. I remembered for some reason I couldn't remember. I wanted to say either Gaethje, but yeah, it's Colby.
Because he was talking about fucking Leon's fucking dad and how he was in hell. He was like, "I'm gonna fucking take you to the 7th layer of hair, hell." Like,
3, 2, 1. Colby Covington. Okay, now this one, not a lot of you guys are gonna know about. Which UFC legend is there video proof of him getting a stiffy while wrestling?
while wrestling
it's a praise
as Bula. That was the question.
Wait, what was it?
What, like a UFC fighter, is there recorded footage of him having a hard on while wrestling with Hasbulla?
I guess I'm glad I don't know this one. I just know there's a lot of footage of them. Yeah, I was gonna say John Jones. I know there's a lot of footage of them wrestling together.
Yeah. You have a great taste. I haven't had seafood boil in years, says Antoine. Chubby, what you doing, man? Hey. You okay, dude? I don't know what the dog. Hey, stand up, dude. Go walk. What are you doing? Walk. Just fucking. His like fucking feet are like he was like fucking standing there, and his like feet were sliding apart. I didn't know what he was doing. All right. Sorry, D-Rose, I'm back. Where am I? I guess there we go. Boom, just like that, in the blink of an eye, pop back up. I was frozen. Dude, they've been going at each other for a while. Antoine, D-Rose, this is the only time Ilya got taken down inside the UFC.
They've been impossible to take down in the UFC. Officially, he's defended 15 to 16 attempts, but MMA techniques don't exist in a bubble. Ilya's takedown defense goes from phenomenal to just good when opponents get his mind to wander.
So the only person to take Ilya down has been Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell. Does that surprise you?
No, because he hasn't really fought any wrestlers. I mean, honestly.
So Bryce Mitchell was able to get Ilya to worry just enough about his hands to put a crack in that stout takedown D. We didn't realize it then at UFC 282, but this was the one and only time Ilya's ever relinquished a takedown by a UFC opponent. So how did Bryce do it? Bryce lands a jab to get Ilya to lean back. Ilya dips to his right, attempting to avoid the strike coming, but now he's crouched down. Good to dodge punches, bad to defend takedowns. So before Ilya can get back into position, Bryce is in on a head outside single.
All that's being said, no shot Justin does this.
Correct.
Now we're in a crackdown position, and it's just about to begin. So Ilya's in a pretty good position to defend. He's got the whizzer. He's got this leg out. He can start to move his hips. Now Ilya elevates his hips using his foot and left as a base. He's trying to get this left leg out. But tricky Bryce hooks that left leg. Now, no amount
the mermaid tail wrap.
No leverage by Ilya is going to get him out of this. Bryce continues to chain wrestle by getting his arm into the fray. Running out of options, Ilya tries to hail.
Yeah, Justin, something that Justin tends to do, man. Justin going out in 2 minutes true. It's very likely, man. It's very likely. Two minutes might be a little soon because he's a little patient, and if like Justin doesn't come out like he did against fucking Patty, it might last a little bit longer. This is Nina and Alex D-Rose.
Can we just address the BBL allegations?
He says, "I'm not focused on increasing my ass size." That's what Alex's response is.
Eu treino e, pô, meu corpo é assim.
Train, it looks like
That's
that.
so unfair.
Eu nunca vi vídeo.
She's just mad that she can't get her butt bigger. He says, "I've never seen you train."
Treino Quando?
Why I don't post it?
Eu preciso tomar creatina.
To take creatine.
Chama.
Have you seen pokes for this fight?
No.
There's still time.
That's fucked up, huh? You trained for eye pokes.
I mean, he's trying to give her game.
I was
I
gonna
mean, I thought it was dope.
Yeah, you know. Look at that. Look what he said last time you talked about fingering. It didn't go well for you. That was the dumbass one.
Ele viu que sobrou pra você, né?
She said that ended up going bad.
Your division's a problem. How are your fingers feeling? Frisky?
She asked Cyril Gone how his fingers were feeling.
I did some questioning.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, you do you play the piano? Have you
How fucked up is dude? Just gleaning into it.
for a fight?
Purposely.
Wait, really? Really?
I like.
Oh,
That's disgusting. He needs to be thrown in jail for that. Ketchup on tacos, dude. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's believe
Lock
me,
him up.
I'm as big a ketchup
Go
fan
ahead
as
and
anybody,
kick.
but ketchup on tacos is diabolical.
Nah, he eats beans before fights, apparently.
you can't put ketchup on tacos.
This is America. You do whatever the f- you want.
I should call you McDonald's because I'm loving it.
Did you hear that?
Goodness gracious. Here he
Heard
goes.
a wouldn't say that, but
What would the Hulk
like
say?
you're a whore.
No, I've heard worse. Bonnie Blue.
Did you hear that? He said, "What would the Incredible Hulk say? You're a whore."
He blew the UFC straight up. Yeah.
UFC bike.
All right. You got another clip from Thug Nasty, D-Rose. Got to get your thoughts on it.
Easiest fights I ever got into was at Al's house. There were 2 raccoons outside.
He's at Aljamain Sterling's house, and there's 2 raccoons outside.
This is probably about 3 in the morning. I'm frying eggs. I hear some rustling outside. I mean, some real duty rustling. You know, some metal tinging around, and I'm thinking, okay, I know what that is. I got the frying pan.
Is there anyone else that would know what 2 tinging metal sounds like outside, and you know exactly what it is? Like, I hear some rustling outside. It's raccoons. I know it is.
And I run out there, and I see it's 2 of them. And I thought, oh, snap. I run back in. I go, Pumi.
I think that's the guy that you were talking about, the fucking Pumi guy that they train with, that like lost on the MVP card. Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 of them. And I'm pinning them down against the house. And I'm waiting for Pumi to come out. Right when Pumi came out, when I saw him, I hit one with the spatula. Boy took a step back, and then he looked at me like he's about to beat my ass. Pumi came
This raccoon was going to beat Bryce
out.
Mitchell.
That's when it was fair. They didn't want to fight 2-on-1. They tried to jump me, though.
2 raccoons tried to jump Bryce Mitchell.
Time I came home and they were like hunting in the yard. I was just confused. Well, we handled it, man. We handled it.
Thoughts on that, dearest?
That's I mean that's a Bryce Mitchell story. Like if I've ever heard one, man. Yeah, he's undefeated with his country tales.
Yeah. Have you seen this yet? The Carlos Prates caught in the middle of a brawl. I think fucking Dave sent me this like earlier, and I was like, oh, I'll just put it on my story. Like he's just there presenting the belt, dancing, thinking about cigarettes. He's like, man, when I get out of here, I'm gonna have a cigarette and some cocaine. and then 2 douches get into a fight, and he's just happy about it.
He's
just holding the belt. I know. He's like, oh yeah. Absolutely nuts, dude. Look at him. He's like, what's happening?
Crazy. And
would just
he's
throw
doing the
it.
little shadow boxing.
He's just happy. Oh my goodness. Combat X. All right. I don't know what this is here. Oh, this is news of what's going to happen at the White House card. So this might be news to you, right? Let me get your thoughts on it. And does this seem like something that is unexpected, or does this seem like something that, oh, that's fully expected? I could for sure see them doing that.
I got it done.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
We're backflipping the White House lawn.
Travis Pastrana, my childhood idol, is going to be backflipping the UFC's White House event.
What's your thoughts there, dude? Travis Pastrana, you know, like the dude that, you know, like the dirt bike guy. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, like the fucking Nitro Circus guy, like, you know, does all the shit. He's gonna probably, I would guess, on a dirt bike, do like a fucking backflip. I'm guessing over the claw, because I don't think you can do it inside the claw. Like, you know, you might hit the top of it or some shit like that. It just seems like it'd be hazard. So I guess he'd go over the claw. But at that point, you're now having to bring in more shit, a ramp, or build a dirt ramp. There's already this lawsuit shit going on that we're going to talk about here in a second. But Jesus Christ, what are we doing here?
America. I mean, what do you think it was? America.
Yeah.
250,
anyway.
He could be your GOAT if he wins this third.
All right, D-Rose. If Alex Pereira wins 3 titles this weekend, is he the greatest of all time?
Title on Sunday. You've been very defensive on Joe for the years.
Yeah.
Believed in his resume.
I don't think he'd be my GOAT. I think he'd be everybody's GOAT. He win 3 belts. The guy used to make 185 pounds. And if he wins a weight on Sunday, it'd be pretty tough to argue he's not the GOAT.
Agree or disagree?
I mean, he's right. You know, and I think the only thing is that Alex just hasn't had the longest UFC career, just because he kind of basically came straight in and, you know, after his first 3 fights, been fighting for a title since. So, you know, I understand that he hasn't had 15, 18, 20 fights or whatever, but to accomplish that in such a short amount of time, I think would be even more a feather in his cap, because, you know, he didn't really start, taking MMA that serious until about like 5 or 6 years ago. And now he's,
like,
on the
35
cusp of
years old or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah,
old.
now he's on the cusp of winning 3 titles, man. So it's it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to see a unification fight, right? That's what that's leading to. Because where do you think stand with Tom Aspinall?
I don't care. I'm not even thinking of any of that stuff yet.
Yeah, he just goes on to say that they have
and to
like the
David's
fights
credit, and he's mentioned it before. Anytime he says anything public about Tom Aspinall, like, they always flip it to where it's like, oh, Dana was shitting on you and blah blah blah. So he's addressed like questions with Tom Aspinall, and every single time he does, everybody says he dunks on him. So I do not blame him just deflecting on that for the time being, because there's no need to start a fire right now when there's no need to when we're celebrating this weekend.
I got you. He said that they have the fights planned out until September, though. That's what he said.
The down vatos.
All right. Yeah, give me your thoughts. Dude, it's like he's trying to be a comedian almost.
And bad. Hey, he's been down fucking bad, homie. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do I have to kill a man, to get these highness respect, homie?
It's like he's like waiting for some fucking laughter there, but it's just silent.
Let me move around for a second. Hold on. It's like these tortas be coming over. I can't get a real hyena, you know what I'm saying? So it's like these tortas be coming over on me, and it's like they lay down on my bed. They fall off on both sides of the bed, dog.
Oh fuck!
This
Tough
isn't
crowd. Okay.
This isn't a stand-up show. You're like, it's like this. Like, what are you doing, dude? I think I don't like the Down Vato the most out of all the characters. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
just weird. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I understand people got to get attention, but
yeah, I don't know.
Hey, last Christmas, like these tortas be so big, dog. Last Christmas, I took a picture of this torta, and the picture's being printed, dog. Fucking no laughs, dog.
Like, this ain't a comedy show.
This is how Cyril.
Like that. Like, that's my thing. It's like he's there acting like this is a stand-up routine. Like, dude, you're there to answer the questions, to talk about the fight. You know, I don't know. I just like it. Like, it just kind of got like that's only like 2 minutes long, but I got fucking tired of it like 20 seconds in. I'm like, like, why even post this?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's to get the attention, and I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Hokett probably like whispered in the background, like, "Hey, y'all don't laugh." Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if he did that just to try to sell the part even more. Like, oh, nobody's laughing, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's just, again, for me, it's pick a character. Like, I guess that's my thing. There's just no consistency, and it's just hard to support them when it's like I don't know.
Even if you have the two, if you have two, the shy guy Josh and the Incredible Hulk, that's okay. But it's just like having three. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like,
it's too much to keep up with. Because who are you at this point in time? And yeah, it gets annoying every time.
Yeah. All right. This is how Cyril Gane's going to be Alex Pereira this weekend. What's your thoughts on it?
Cyril Gane will beat Alex Pereira at the White House. Ready, Cyril? Show me how you're going to leg kick Alex Pereira.
Oh. Just straight in the nuts.
Hit him in the third leg.
Straight ball kick.
Oh.
All right.
He took my game plan for Cesar Almeida against Damian Penis.
Yeah, right. Kicking balls. All right. This is actually a good question, D-Rose, and it's fair because me and you both have feelings about Josh Hokett. Fun fighter. But yeah, I'll just play him.
More fun for the sport. Derek Lewis goes out there and knocks him out after all the trash talk, or Hokett goes out there and just takes him down and crushes him with elbows or something.
Derek.
What's better for the sport?
What's better for the sport to move forward is Josh Hokett to keep going. What would everybody prefer? Everybody would prefer, or at least most people would prefer, to see Derek Lewis get the win.
Dude, how many years would that add to fucking Derek Lewis's career if he goes out there and spars Josh Hokett? Like 5 more years added to the contract. Like,
yeah, all right, yeah, because they would definitely pay him big time, and it'll probably be one of those where Derek Lewis will not get the next title shot, but maybe one more he gets the title shot just because where Hokett was at. I mean, honestly, he knocked out Curtis Blades when Curtis Blades was going for a takedown. You never know, dude.
Derek Lewis knocking him out.
Yeah, taking his shorts off on the White House lawn.
Imagine the scenes. Derek Lewis goes up there, sparks Josh Hokett, strips down, and has an American flag underwear on, dude. The crowd would go nuts.
Yeah, that's why I said the public, the crowd, everybody would prefer Derek Lewis to win, but again, I do think for the sport, Josh Hokett's going to be fighting for longer. I would have to assume at this point, so it would be better.
Trump, my balls is hot.
We talk about Hokett.
Where's Rousey at?
Yeah.
If Derek Lewis knocked him out,
On the White House? At the White House?
Fireworks right there.
Yeah, right. Immediately.
They start shooting fireworks up.
Dude, they might.
Fireworks.
I mean,
Who's
hey,
bigger than
that's
Knight?
Trump's
They're
favorite fighter.
overall for the sport, especially the weight class.
Yeah.
Hogan, right? If Hogan was to win, it's mass.
Yes.
So now this guy's what, top 5?
New
top
blood
10
in the
for
top of
sure.
the division.
New blood.
Derek's been there a long time.
Gable
too.
Stevenson too, and we got a guy that could face Gable Stevenson.
That's true too. Josh Hogan, Gable Stevenson. I can only imagine that's the matchup of the future. Yeah. Either way, no matter what happens here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want that. Of course, we've talked about fights that we've wanted and stuff for a while and hadn't gotten. So don't want to count the chickens before they hatch, but that'll definitely be a fight that fans be intrigued to see.
I agree. Let me pull up our other fight news. Lots of shit on my Instagram this week, huh? I was busy past couple hours launching on some Instagram reels we could talk about here. So back to the screen. Back to the screen share. Get to our regular news. We got Narua Ali taking on Mike Davis. So Mike Davis going to be going back over to Abu Dhabi again after complaining about the paint and all that against Farsi. We're taking on Narua Ali. That's a good fighter. He's 11-0, 3-0 in the UFC, dude. I can't say, dude. I might have to say that I have lost hope on Mike Davis. Great fighter. Going to beat everyone that's not good, but truly just has no motivation for the sport. What are you doing here, dude? If you don't want to do this, go do something else.
Yeah, that, and I mean, like you said, he just complained about the conditions of fighting over in Abu Dhabi. You know, does he want to go back? I'm not necessarily sold that he goes back. And yeah, I'm not necessarily sold this fight happens.
Gotcha. All right, we'll move on to the next one. We got no clue who those guys are. We've got Michael Oliveira versus Oban Elliott. Don't know who Michael Oliveira is. Did he come off Contender Series recently, or I'll have to do some more research. Thoughts on that one, Evie? It's going to be in Belgrade, Serbia.
Yeah, I don't have too. I don't have too much on this because I'm with you. I'm not as familiar.
All right, they signing Billy Q back to the UFC? Because I know they cut him.
I wouldn't be surprised if. Well, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if he had retired and then came back, but if he.
Oh no, I remember fucking Nate Landwehr had called him out. Let me fight Billy Q, and he had just got cut, and then like Ariel, well, he had just got cut. He was like, "Oh shit, well, give me somebody else then." So he's been out of the UFC for a couple years now, man. So it looks like they're signing him back. Going to be fighting Carlos Ferreira. I mean, this is a winnable fight for either fighter. I personally think neither fighter is really that great, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, two older fighters too. I think it's just kind of like age-appropriate matchmaking. And Billy Q, I will give him credit for the most part. He's gonna go out there and put on a fun scrap. So, I mean, it's not a bad re-signing.
Yeah, I agree. That was this past weekend. Oh, we got a banger here at featherweight. So, Vinicius Oliveira going up to 145, going to be taking on Andre Touchy-Feely. Thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, I'm super surprised. It was supposed to be Giga Chikadze initially for Vinicius Oliveira, and then Giga had to pull out. But I'm curious to see how Vinicius Oliveira sizes up at 145 because I mean he was a big 135er, but he wasn't really like the biggest dude because matchup.
Yeah, like he wasn't tall.
I mean,
yeah,
right. Yeah, he is pretty. He was pretty jacked, but as far as like he wasn't the biggest dude because Mario Bautista was to me, not a good bit bigger than him, but Mario Bautista definitely had a size advantage on him. So I'm curious to see how Oliveira looks up at 145. Maybe he's a little bit more explosive. But I think this is kind of like good matchmaking for him to kind of see where he's at. And, Feely's still tough and still good as well.
Yeah, I agree. We got like who was Danilo going to fight? That was going to be a banger of a fight, huh? Or Danilo Dunchenko. He was going to fight someone.
Yeah,
there we go. Replacing Andreas Gustafsson because he's having heart issues. They actually released him from the UFC. Yeah, they actually like released Andreas Gustafsson from the UFC for having heart issues. So hopefully he can get that under control because he's a fun fighter.
Yeah, it's that's tough, man. I mean, you would like to see the UFC kind of support somebody like that. I mean, I know he's not a staple or anything, but yeah, you would like to see the story of maybe them not releasing him, but and maybe helping pay for some of the conditions he's going through.
I agree. God, look at the refrigerator on your screen right now. Look how fat Louis Sutherland is, dude.
Does he not look like oh my gosh, what's his name? Jeff Goodman. He's the old actor.
I don't know who that guy
Did you ever
is.
watch the show Roseanne?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going yeah, he's done a couple movies, but anyway, for people who have ever watched the show Roseanne, the dad on there, he's done a couple of different movies, but I can't recall off the top of my head. But yeah, he has a Jeff Goodman type look to him.
Just huge. Wait, TX Bobby Green should be a fun fight. International Fight Week, yeah. Bobby Green's gonna die.
Man, Bobby Green is gonna die. I mean,
yes, dude. This is gonna look exactly like the Jalen Turner fight. Come on now, dude. How explosive T-Rex is, dude. Bobby Green does not.
Seconds?
Exactly. I don't know if Bobby Green's gonna be able to handle that. If he backs into the cage, he's done. If Bobby Green takes a step back, he's done. Because he don't even put his hands up, dog. Can you imagine the knees and head kicks that are going to come flying at him right now?
Yeah, but he's also good at countering too with his hands low.
We're going to find out in a few weeks, but yeah, it should.
Dude, as soon as T-Rex as soon as T-Rex gets hit a couple times, he literally like flinches and then falls down, and then he acts like he can't see until like the ground and pound comes in and gets him out of there. So yeah, I feel very confident. Again, if Bobby Green does not get knocked out within the first 20 seconds, he should win that fight pretty easily, in my opinion.
But that's every T-Rex fight though. and he's got a knockout in the first 20 seconds 8 times inside the UFC.
Crazy.
Yeah, me and D-Rose will be split there. International Fight Week. I'm on my guy T-Rex. Don't care about this at all. Muin Gaffarov takes some random dude in Abu Dhabi. Haley Cowan takes on someone. I don't think Haley Cowan's good, but maybe she might win. Who knows? That is going to be in Belgrade. Oh, fun fight there. I'm surprised that's not the main event. And we talked about that last week. Should be a fun fight between Musasa and Mark Blogden. Any other news you would like to talk about while I get these 2 pictures that I got uploaded, D-Rose?
I did see where they said where there could be a chance that Volkanovski and Movsar, where they're working on that fight for it to be in September. I can't remember. It's in America, but I can't remember if it was it might have been Los Angeles, the Intuit Dome. I might have seen that, but yeah, I did see where all reports indicate that Volk versus Movsar will be in September.
Gotcha. All right, D-Rose. So we all remember what the Noche fight card was like, right? It was in the Sphere. There was an event planned around the whole thing. This is basically the closest thing that I can compare to that, right? Like, good comparison or no? Of the way they're treating this. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a spectacle.
All right.
So
so
the Sphere once in a lifetime. This is once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Special shorts, special gloves. They'll probably do some kind of story, so on and so forth. So the ring card girls for Noche. We remember them, right? They were special. Face paint, like really going over, I guess, highlighting like the Mexican culture, right? And this is what they look like. Really themed for the event. They looked sick, right? And then I saw the ring card girl. I saw the ring card girls for this weekend, and I just wanted to be like, what the Spirit Halloween Captain America is going on here? Dude, it just looks like you went to Spirit Halloween around Halloween costume time, and you didn't even get Wonder Woman. You got America Woman. Like those costumes, dude. This is no face paint, nothing, dude. Like, what is this? What is this?
That's rough. Yeah,
Dude, the
that is
difference in the
that,
two is, come on, man. This is a
I mean,
once
to
in a
be fair,
lifetime
I mean,
event. Oh, bro.
that is kind of that is on brand with America though. That is very
But
much
they
on
could
brand.
have done like if you're doing something American history, dude, you can't have like I'm not saying they're Native American Indians, but you can do a Pocahontas, you can do something throughout the years to plan it out, like you did with the Mexican heritage. Like 250 years of America, show American history, like you did at the Sphere. This just, as I said, just looks like bad Wonder Woman costumes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. But again, I'm not super surprised. And again, it's like America to kind of take shortcuts along the way.
Yeah. Shout out UFC. Shout out UFC. Anyway, let's get into what everyone's here for, the picks, predictions, everything for this upcoming weekend in Washington, District of Columbia. So, D-Rose, this weekend at Sunday, June 14th, 2026, that is President Trump's birthday at 8 p.m. East Coast time, so 7 p.m. my time. If you're on the West Coast, probably 5. D-Rose, I've heard this is going to go on for about 4 hours or so. That's their plan. Right now, the post-fight presser is scheduled for midnight. So, thoughts on the timing?
We'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's probably gonna be a lot of filler, especially, dude. 7 fights in 4 hours. That's there's gonna be a lot of filler in between. So yeah, there's gonna be a fight and probably one of those kind of have like the boxing card feel where there's a long time between each fight.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna do Travis Pastrana. Probably gonna highlight Trump a whole bunch. Don't forget, y'all. UFC 6 pre-order, I think, on the 12th, D-Rose. So in 2 days, you can pre-order it and get it early. I might do that, might not. I'm not sure. What are you doing for that?
I will probably go ahead and do the pre-order. Go ahead and get ahead of it.
Cool. All right. So this weekend, main event is for the lightweight championship of the world. We got Ilia Topuria taking on Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Co-main event is Alex Poatan Pereira taking on Cyril Bongamongan for the interim heavyweight championship. Feature fight of the night is Sean O'Malley versus Eamon Zahabi. I feel like they moved this fight up the card, like throughout the time this got announced, because I feel like this was the first fight on the card for a while, no? The Sean O'Malley versus Eamon Zahabi, and then now it's the feature fight.
Yeah, I always thought it was Lopez versus Garcia that was opening, but I can't remember.
Gotcha. Derek Lewis versus Josh Hokett is midway through the card. We got Mauricio Hoofy going to absolutely destroy Iron Mike Chandler. We've got Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins here. And then the opening fight of the card is Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia. Should be a banger. Yeah. The weigh-ins for this will be Saturday afternoon, right? That's my guess. I'm assuming we're going to do a change of cheddar Saturday, D-Rose, if you want to.
Yeah, we can.
All right. So with that being said, that's the fights for this weekend. Let's get into the picks, man. We only got 7, so it's going to be pretty quick from here on out. First fight of the night is Diego Lopez taking on Mean Machine Steve Garcia. Diego Lopez is 27-8 overall, 31 years old. He is 5'11" and a 72-inch reach. One of one of the first few fighters that I ever met in person. Super cool, big guy for 145, 5'11", 72-inch reach. On the other hand, Steve Garcia, 19-5 overall, won all 5 of his last 5. He's 34 years old, 6 foot, and a 75-inch reach. So Steve Garcia going to have basically an 1.5 inch reach advantage and maybe an inch height advantage, but I don't know, dude. They're going to line up pretty well. Odds for the fight, though, Diego Lopez, slight favorite, minus 55. Steve Garcia is your underdog at plus 135. Over-unders 1.5 here. The over is minus 130. The under is plus 110. D-Rose, first of all, if you don't want to pick a side here, just pick the under. It's a Steve Garcia fight. You know, the only thing we haven't got yet is, like, you know, Steve Garcia go back up to 155 and fight T-Rex. You know, that'd be a banger too. But this is pretty much going to go the same way. Steve Garcia fights one way, except for his last fight. Who did he fight? Not his last fight. Calvin Kattar. That one, he was real patient in the whole fight. But I think where this fight's at, the moment, what is expected for these two fighters, both fighters are going to come forward and fucking throw, dude. I guess when I first started looking at the fight earlier in the week, I was like, I'm going to pick Diego, but I'm not confident in it, dude. But when you start to look back at who Steve Garcia's 5 losses are to and how this fight's going, dude, do you remember Broccoli Rob, Charlie Ontiveros? Dude, just dusted Steve Garcia. I think fucking Steve Garcia went on to win that fight, but dropped him a couple times with like crazy shit like axe kicks and shit like that. And then the fucking Steve Garcia got toasted by Charlene Nordenbecky, the grappler inside the UFC now, dude. So it's like, just looking back, it's like, man, Steve, I think you're muted, D-Rose. I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Man. No, he beat Nordenbecky. He lost to Mahashata. But he literally.
Oh, yeah.
He literally ran into the punch. Like, he just like.
Yeah, but I mean, and so just looking back at when he loses, I think both fighters are very explosive. Both fighters have power to get basically anyone out of there. But when it comes to durability, dude, there's no Diego Lopez much more durable, dude. Just when you look at the Jean Silva fight, and it's like, I have clips that I filmed. Dude, Jean Silva was lighting Diego Lopez up, dude. And I don't know if there's many people that hit harder at 145 than Jean Silva, dude. He just lightened Diego up and just right there, throwing back, ready to go. So I think Diego Lopez much more durable here. And when it comes to firepower, both dudes got it. For me, it's Diego Lopez. I'm going to go by knockout, probably later round 1. But if he got the sub, like club and sub, it wouldn't surprise me the way that he beat the dude that he beat in Nashville. He I forgot dude's name. Not Garrett Armfield. Some dude that fights kind of just like, I think his name is Gavin. I don't know. But like had him in like this fucking triangle. Yeah. Fucking triangle armbar and fucking basically fucking broke his arm. I could see it going like that. Maybe club and sub, but I got Diego Lopez winning round 1. Which way you going here, D-Rose?
Yeah, I think this one's a banger because I think, again, both guys are going to come forward and throw heat. You know, Steve Garcia, you know, outside of that one Calvin Kattar fight, like he's getting all these guys out of here in the first round. So he's just putting immense pressure on them and just throwing the kitchen sink until he gets them out of there. And both guys like to come forward. I do think the big difference is that Diego Lopez can fight forward or he can fight going backwards. Now, of course, his 2 losses to Volk. Of course, the big note is that Volk was, circling one way and basically Diego Lopez didn't know how to cut off the cage. I don't think he's going to have to worry about cutting off the cage in this instance against Steve Garcia because Steve Garcia is going to be a standing target. Like, he will be there to be hit. And I think that's
where he's going to be running forward to him. Like, punch me in the face.
Yeah, correct. I mean, dude, he did that to Mahashate. Like, he literally just ran. It was just like throwing punches like Alex Morono when he was gassed against Carlos Leal until Mahashate just landed like a perfect counterpunch. Like, it reminded me of Manuel Torres and actually about Ramondes. Like, that's exactly what happened. Steve Garcia still got dropped and got up and
did the exact same thing.
Yes,
you didn't learn.
Like, what is going on here? So I think Diego Lopez got a little bit of that explosive ability, but I think he hit Steve Garcia with a few shots early, and then I think Steve Garcia kind of takes his foot off the gas. Give me Diego Lopez to get it done. I think it will be a fun fight, but I think it goes to decision.
Wow, really? All right. That's very surprising for me. I'm fucking taking the under there. I'm pretty confident in it. Now, one I'm not confident in going over under, maybe over, is this one right here. We've got Bo Nickel taking on Kyle Dawkins. Bo Nickel, 8-1 overall. Only loss was to RDR, and then absolutely smoked Rodolfo Vieira with a third-round head kick in his last fight. Man, I wish we would have got Rodolfo like prime inside the UFC, but he was doing jiu-jitsu, brother. Anyway, Bo Nickel's 30 years old all of a sudden, 6'1" and 76-inch reach. Kyle Dawkins, on the other hand, made a run ever since coming back to the UFC, smoking Michel Pereira when I woke up at 6 a.m. in Singapore. I'll never forgive Michel Pereira for that. And then basically club and subbed GM3 6 months ago. He's 33 years old, 6'3", and a 76-inch reach. So Kyle Dawkins is going to be the bigger guy here. Yeah, D-Rose, tough fight for me to call, I think. But I think the more that I look at it, it's like I don't think anyone's taking down Kyle Dawkins. And what happens, like, I think fucking Bo Nickel just goes out here, takes down Kyle Dawkins, stays safe, don't get a neck wrapped up or anything. And to think about it, Bo Nickel's still really young in his career, man. I think he's just improving more and more. Striking getting better. Do I think he's a better boxer or anything than Kyle Dawkins? I do not, which leads me to think that he's going to go to the wrestling and just lay on him, win via decision. What's your thoughts here, man?
Yeah, I think I mean, honestly, I'm with you lockstep on this one. I think Kyle Dawkins is definitely the more dangerous fighter between the two, but of course, you know, the great equalizer is that wrestling of Bo Nickel. And I know Kyle Dawkins is you know, he's really good in jiu-jitsu. I can't remember if he has his black belt or not. So I think it'll be one of those positions where he's comfortable on his back, but I think that'll be the worst position to be, you know, under Bo Nickel. So I think Kyle Dawkins will stay safe of you know, any subs, but I do think the wrestling overpowers everything. Give me Bo Nickel by decision.
Sorry, dude. Kyle Dawkins' picture here, and the sponsors in the back are OnlyFans and a weed sponsorship there. Do you see? Like,
I mean,
I see the end. I see the end of OnlyFans over here, and I see Terp. Is it Terp Boy? So I'm guessing that's a weed sponsorship.
I mean, it's not a bad group to get with.
Shout out CFFC, right?
Good old CFFC.
Anyway, me and D-Rose lockstep on that one. Bo Nickel via decision. Moving on, Mauricio Hoofy, Iron Mike Chandler, dude, Iron Mike Chandler waited. I'll say he was his prime, but dude, a few good years just waiting on Michael Chandler. I mean, waiting on Conor McGregor. He called Conor McGregor every chance he got. And UFC gives him the Brazilian Conor McGregor in return. That's 29 years old. Like, you want Conor McGregor? Well, how about let's go out to eat for Conor McGregor? You don't get the Conor McGregor. Oh, let's go out to eat for Conor McGregor. It's the opposite of the we've got Conor McGregor home. Yeah, man. And I think, dude, to act like Michael Chandler can't win this fight is just unreasonable. It's a lie because the game plan is there. BSD just did it 8 months ago. However, BSD and Michael Chandler, maybe Michael Chandler fought like Michael Chandler might fight like BSD for 2 minutes. And then he's going to start to gas. And it's like maybe a younger Michael Chandler, the one that actually went for takedowns, would implement a game plan. But, dude, I haven't seen Michael Chandler stick to a game plan, I don't think, ever. So acting like he's going to go in here, go for takedowns, and fucking rear naked choke is just kind of laughable, to be honest. I think he might go up there, get 1 or 2 takedowns round 1, exert all of his energy. But I think as soon as round 2 starts, that's when the gas is going to come out. And, dude, I was just looking back the Patty fight, dude, Mike Chandler looked so bad in that Patty fight, dude. Got paid down the first, like in the like the first round a few times, but outside of that, dude, just got diced up, dude. Just beat up. Looked like a 40-year-old man fighting someone that was 10 years younger than him, much bigger. And dude, I think this goes the same way. I think Mauricio Hoofy, maybe gets wrestled in the first round, but I think round 2 he comes out there and he hits Mike Chandler with some kind of nasty combination, ending with a kick and knocks him out early round 2. What thoughts?
Man, yeah, this is a tough one. I wanted to try to be cute and come and try to pick Michael Chandler, but
he just ain't sticking to no game plan. If he would go out there and shoot 10 times in the first round, maybe, but he might shoot 2 times and then be like, all right, this is time to throw down.
Well, so the problem is too is that he even so the only time I could ever really remember him sticking to a game plan was against Dustin Poirier. When he was actually, he went out there in the first round, he tried to go out there and stand and bang. It was working for a second. Then he started getting tagged up with counters. And then he tried to start wrestling them. And in the second round, he did really well. And then in the third round, Dustin was able to kind of reverse that takedown and get the submission off the back. But that's really the only time I've seen Chandler kind of follow the game plan. If Michael Chandler was to fight like he did against Dustin Poirier, again, not the stand and banging part, but where he's going for the takedowns, even though he's spitting blood in Dustin Poirier's face, he's going for ground and pound. He's trying to hold him down. I just don't know if he's going to do that with Hoofy. And if he is to wrestle, I would actually go out on a limb and pick Michael Chandler. I will probably have a loose bet on Michael Chandler just because where he's such a big underdog is just going to be like, why not? I might just throw $5 on it, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to not pick Hoofy in this situation though. So give me Mauricio Hoofy, give me second round knockout.
All right, me and D-Rose agreeing on that one. Moving on up to the next one. We got Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, taking on the Down Vato, the Incredible Hulk, Shy Man Josh Hokett. Anyway, Derek Lewis, 29-13 overall. Out of his last 5 fights, he's lost 2 of them. Waldo Cortez Acosta and Jelton Almeida, winning Pezao, winning over Rodrigo Nascimento, and winning over Taliesin Teixeira. So Derek Lewis, D-Lew, is only beating up these Brazilian dudes and losing also to a Brazilian guy and a Dominican guy. Anyway, 41 years old, 6'3", 79-inch reach. Josh Hokett's 9-0, 28 years old, 6'1", 73.5-inch reach. Can we agree it's going under 1.5 D-Ray?
Yeah.
Which leads to, I mean, this fight could be 7 minutes and it wouldn't matter, because if Josh Hokett fights how he fought Curtis Blades, this fight's going under. This fight's going under, dude. If he comes out there and throws with Derek Lewis the way he threw with Blades, one of them is going to sleep. Either Josh Hokett is literally going to sleep, snoozing, or Derek Lewis just going to give up. Well, one of the two is happening. And I think that's what happens, man. Unfortunately, I think Derek Lewis is just old now, and I'll probably have a bet on the win by knockout, because why not? Why wouldn't you? Because anything can happen. But truly, I think Josh Hokett probably comes out here, maybe throws a few times, goes back to his wrestling, just takes down Derek Lewis over and over, breaks him, and it kind of looks something like the Denzel Freeman fight. Give me Josh Hokett, round 1 knockout. Derek Lewis just going to give up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only reason why I was kind of a little hesitant was because that I do think that, I would not be surprised if it went over, just because Hokett's just his wrestling and his control. I'm not going to say he look like Jelton Almeida, because I do think he'll probably go for more ground and pound, but we know that it's actually hard to control Derek Lewis on the ground when he wants to get up, and Josh Hokett could go for some ground and pound, but maybe give up position. So I think he ends up working some ground and pound in there, but I'm not going to lie. I think this fight ends up being pretty boring just because I think the way Hogan fought Curtis Blades like that because Curtis Blades is a good wrestler and obviously a lot bigger than him. So, it was going to be tough for Hogan to actually do any control in the wrestling. Derek Lewis is probably going to weigh more, but how many times have we seen him get taken down and controlled by the more skilled wrestler? Going back to kind of like DC and guys like that who are pretty good athletes that can do some pretty good control and good takedowns and trips and stuff. I think Josh Hogan's got that ability, and I truly think that's what he does. I think it's just a wrestling clinic for as much as I hate to say it. I think this fight has a chance of going over 1.5. Just because I think Hogan does end up doing the wrestling thing. Give me Hogan.
I'm gonna throw something.
I'm going to take second round KO TKO. I think Derek Lewis might just end up gassing out, but dude, I would not be surprised if it goes to decision.
That's fair. Do you remember? You know how Fluffy fought Roman Dolidze?
Yeah.
Takedowns, but not control. I've seen Josh Hogan do that on the the regional scene a few times, where it's like the dudes just get tired of standing back up. Like he just takes them down just for them to have to lift their weight off the ground, and they fucking stood up 6 times, and they're already just tired of just standing up. I think that could be something like what happens, dude. Like if Derek Lewis just gets tired of fucking standing back up, like, God damn, I'm not like, I'm just lifting my body weight up over and over again,
Yeah, well, the problem too is that, heavyweight's just a wide range of weights as well, to where throwing around Derek Lewis that much is probably not going to be the easiest. I mean, I can see, some slick trips and stuff like that, but if you, try to pick him up and dump him, I mean, you don't want Hogan to have an adrenaline dump either.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Dude, this one's gonna be a fun fight, dude. I'm excited, but I am going to Hogan. Dude, if Derek Lewis won, I'd be so happy again. I might fucking go buy a cup from the store just to wear it so I can throw it. Anyway, moving on to the next. So we got Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Iceman, Amin Zahabi. You're not Drake, Amin Zahabi, and because of that, you're going to lose this weekend. Sean O'Malley's winning this fight. When this fight first got announced, and probably earlier this week, I was like, Sean O'Malley's going to win this via decision. The more that I've looked at it, dude, Amin Zahabi in his 2 losses, he has lost 2 times, but in which one was it? Jose Aldo and Cheeto, dude, he got dropped both of those fights. He won by decision both of those fights. I thought he won Jose Aldo fight. Cheeto won via split decision, but Aldo hurt him and Cheeto hurt him, dude. I think Sean O'Malley on the feet is going to be quicker than both those dudes. Clearly a better striker than fucking both of those dudes. Amin Zahabi's problem for the longest was that he just didn't do anything. Like he was inactive, and then when he was in the octagon, he would throw like 10 punches around and just very underwhelming. In his past few years, he has foot on the gas a little bit, outstruck Cheeto, obviously outstruck Jose Aldo there, but I think the Pedro Munoz fight was the one, and then the Javid Basharat fight where he was a big underdog and the undefeated Javid Basharat. That's when some eyes started to open. But yeah, I don't think any of those dudes possess what the Sugar Joe possesses: work, speed, skill on the feet. So earlier in the week, I was on Sean O'Malley via decision, but I think now that I look at it, dude, later on in the fight, Amin Zahabi is kind of gassing out a little bit, and that's when he's getting dropped, dude. And Sean O'Malley does have these late 3rd round fucking finishes now. So you know what? Give me Sean O'Malley 3rd round knock over Amin Zahabi.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been kind of back and forth in this fight a little bit. Big thing for me, we know the dynamic sharp striker that Sean is, and again, good footwork, and isn't really a standing target, makes it hard for him to get hit. But Amin Zahabi just has this thing about him to where he's not great at anything, but he's just persistent.
Sorry to cut you off, D-Rose. There's one thing that kind of kind of forgot to mention, it's a plus to Amon Zahabi. So if you're picking him, this might lean your way. Whenever I see him fight, in all of his fights, they'll be fighting, and you'll hear Cheeto land, and then you'll hear Amon Zahabi land. And it's almost like Amon Zahabi, I don't know if he has bigger hands or it sounds more of a thud when he landed against these past few fighters than when they hit him. So I don't know, maybe he's just hitting these dudes harder. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I think that, and he's just putting I think he's just putting a lot of pressure and pace on him. I mean, because the Zahabis know how to win rounds. And I think that's a big thing in how they've been able to pull off this win streak is that, in certain moments, he'll kind of push against the fence. You'll kind of hear Firas yell at him, hey, push. And all of a sudden you'll see him throw 3-4 strike combos and stuff like that to really make sure he's outworking his opponent. I really think the path to victory for him, though, would be to ensure some sort of takedowns. But the problem is, I heard a stat the other day. I think he's only even attempted over his last few fights. He's only attempted like 2 or 3. Like, it's something crazy. Like, it's under 5. Like, the amount of takedowns he's attempted.
Lots of cage pushing.
Win streak. Yeah, a lot of cage pushing, but not really any like true takedown attempts there for him. Really just working the guy. So if he does a little bit of the cage control stuff, I think he can maybe suck away rounds against Sean. Sean, again, really good striker, really good footwork. I'm going to take a gamble on the dog here, man. I want to take I want to take Amon here, and I do think that again, this is a tough fight. We don't have many spots here where we're going to have a pick for the pick champ, and I think if there's any underdog that has the best opportunity, I do think it's Amon. But again, he's going to have an uphill climb. I'm going to admit that, but he does have a style to where I could see him wearing on Sean over time. Give me a Zahabi by upset decision.
That's fair, man. Moving on. Co-main event of the evening for the interim heavyweight championship of the world. We got Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane, Poatan versus Bongamon. And like you were split on the last one, dude, this is the one where I'm split on. I don't know if I got a bet on this fight, dude. Like, obviously, I want Alex to win. Everyone wants Alex to win. For Alex to win, this would be like the greatest shit ever, dude. Dude, to come into the UFC, win middleweight championship, win 205 championship, and then win heavy championship. The first triple champion outside Triple C inside the UFC. Going for the Henry Cejudo status is Alex Pereira, dude. But we can't act like this is an easy fight, dude. This is Alex Pereira up heavyweight, and let's not act like Alex Pereira was light on feet. Let's not act like he had great footwork. He was just walking these dudes down and landing that left hook, dude. And when you see Cyril Gane, he's bouncy, he's on his feet, good kicks, so on and so forth. Good chin. We've always get dropped against like a legit heavyweight tied to Avasa. And then we saw the John Jones thing happen, dude. Just seeing John Jones fucking do that and then seeing him against Tom Aspinall, it's like two different fighters. It almost doesn't seem real, yeah, because that was a fat John Jones. That was a slow John Jones. Like, like, what the fuck? How is there so much of a difference in those fights, man?
Yeah, well, and the Ngannou fight too, where he constantly getting taken down and stuff like that. But that's really the threat there is the takedown element.
And Alex, that's just not Alex. He's just not going to do that. And even if he did, dude, I can understand maybe 205, 185, you're just bigger than the guy. But, dude, Cyril's going to be a legit 265, or not 265, like 250, though. Big guy, dude, legit heavyweight. No shit, he's in light heavyweight, dude. I don't know if Alex, even if he was to try to get him down, I don't know if he would, man. I'm leaning toward the over on this fight. I know this is going to be 5 rounds, dude. As much as I hate to say it, man, I guess I'm going to pick Cyril Gane via decision. I hope Alex wins so much, dude. Give me Alex Pereira left-hand knockout. I would love it. I might have a bet on it if I'm doing all right for the night, but as far as pick my reads for the fight, I think Cyril Gane has the tools, the size, the footwork. Just stay at distance, kick out his fucking stomach, all 3 rounds or all 5 rounds, stay at distance, jab, leg kick, teep kick. Alex going to have a little bit of trouble getting close. What's the reach? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not an easy fight for Alex. I hope he wins. It's just big battle for me to actually pick him to win. Give me Cyril Gane via decision. How about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because if you look at Gane, because he had the last fight with Tom Aspinall, of course. And then
And he didn't look bad in the fight, though, dude. It's like
no. So
I guess like people are acting like he, yeah, like
no, but go back.
Like
to
we
the,
got to think
go
like
back to the fight against Volkov. Like
yeah,
if
like the
he-
rumors after the Tom Aspinall fight too was that Tom wanted out of there. So a lot of people think he was winning versus Tom.
Well, just to say that if he was coming off the Volkov win, coming into this Alex fight, would we be feeling as confident about it as coming off the first round against Tom Aspinall the way he looked?
If he came off the Volkov split decision, I mean, it's just I think it's tough because Volkov did to him what I think he's going to do to Alex, and I don't. That's not Alex's game plan. He doesn't have the size to do that.
No, but I do think that the big thing for me in that Tom Aspinall, fight, Gane looked good. And I even mentioned, I said early on, I said, hey, Gane is going to give Tom Aspinall some issues because everybody expected Tom Aspinall just go in there and just bulldoze him.
Just fucking do what John Jones did to him, you know?
Right, but Tom Aspinall's not that is the problem ultimately. And Tom Aspinall is not as experienced going deep into these fights. I think Alex is. Now, I will admit that Alex's best path is to get the knockout. I mean, it's his best path.
That's his only. I mean, that's really his only path because I don't think he's out point Cyril, and he ain't gonna wrestle him.
No, but I mean, we've seen Cyril get. I mean, it's not like Cyril hasn't been hit before. Taito Ivasa sat him on his wallet, and I know.
Yeah, but that's come forward recklessly. That's the way Alex comes forward. Man, my phone keeps ringing today, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I say it to say that Gane is not unhittable. Man, I know we're all rooting for him. And I am too. And I'm putting my nuts on the table with the pick. Give me Alex Pereira. I think Gane's going to be using his footwork, trying to dance around, all that good stuff. But I think Alex ends up using some leg kicks, kind of chopping him down a little bit. And then and Gane keeps that right hand down, man. So he keeps that right hand down. You're going to leave Alex opening to land that shot. Give me Alex Pereira. Give me 3rd round knockout.
Dude, you know what I would love? Just Alex comes out there, gives him one calf kick, and then fucking starts like hopping like up and down, like ow, that hurt. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, well, that's the thing because Alex is going to have the athleticism to keep up with Cyril Gane. I mean, is he going to be faster with the additional weight? I don't know. That's what I'm and I think that's more or less what I'm curious to see is how the speed is going to look because we know Cyril Gane's got good footwork, he's got a good jab, all those things, but Alex Pereira is good at navigating and finding his opponents at certain points. And I don't think Cyril Gane is going to be that much faster to where Alex Pereira can't catch him.
Fair, man. And you split there for the 2nd time of the night out of the 7 fights. Main event time, Justin, the highlight Gaethje taking on Ilya El Matador Taporia for the lightweight championship of the world. We got the American versus the Georgian Spaniard. Ilya 17-0, 29 years old, 5'7" and a 69-inch reach. While Justin Gaethje is 27-5 overall out of his last 5 fights. Only lost to Max Holloway, 37 years old, 5'11" and a 70-inch reach. Yeah, dude, I would love to talk about them for hours, but I would be lying if I said that I had a whole lot to say here, man. I just think if Max can put you out at 155, it would be foolish for me to think that Ilya can't not do so. If Charles is dropping you and toying with you like he did to Justin, and then I know MMA math doesn't work the way we all want it to, but just the way Ilya just went in there and toasted Charles, dude, I wish I could say that I think this is a close fight. I just don't, man. I just don't. I think Ilya comes in here, and I think Ilya toasts them in the first round, dude. In round one, Ilya knockout. What's your thoughts here, man? I'm saving it this week. I didn't say my picks last week.
Man, yeah, it's an uphill climb for Gaethje, man, and it really is. I mean, he's definitely dangerous. He's got the leg kicks, and he's got a nasty uppercut. That is one path that I can say that I have been looking at, that Ilya does like to, when guys throw that jab, he'll kind of take it at first, and then he does like to try to slip off that jab and kind of come in. Now, Chandler tried to do similar to the same against Gaethje, and Gaethje kind of feinted the jab and slipped that uppercut in there. So that can be a spot where if Topuria is not careful and trying to be too aggressive and land that kill shot, I think Gaethje can land a big shot and potentially even hurt Topuria. And Topuria has the wrestling. He has all that stuff too. But give me Gaethje for the vibes, man. I don't give a damn. I would love for just complete chaos to happen at this card. Again, Alex Pereira to win, and Justin Gaethje to get two big knockouts on top of the card. I think that would be absolutely chaotic. Give me Gaethje. Give me decision. I think it goes to a war, but I think it's kind of like, I think it might kind of look like Chandler Topuria a little bit, but give me Gaethje for the vibes, baby. Let's go.
All right. Antoine saying I got Justin. I can't hear this guy. You and D Rose agreeing on it. What's up, Samuel Views? How you doing, brother? Antoine, let's see. Just got knocked out with 300. I think he stayed on his bike. I think we lost the decision. Yeah, I mean, tough fight, man. Ilya just has that one hitter quitter that I don't know many people do, dude. I don't know if many people do. And it's
and not even that it was UFC 300, that Gaethje was losing the whole fight, and he knew that was his one opportunity to try to land a big shot and get the job done. So
I think what is the biggest factor to me is the way that Justin, he almost seeks to fight in the pocket, and you don't want to fight Ilya in the pocket, dude. Like, if Justin throws leg kicks from clinch position and shit like that, but if you're that close to Ilya, man, I just think that's bad news. I just think you're going out.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, and it all makes sense. It does, but
Antoine's got us in round 2 knockout. Yeah, man. All right. Well, that is the picks, all 7 of them for the show. We just got the pick champ left, in which I think we were going to have. I thought we might have one different one, D-Rose. We have 3 different picks on the card. I'm going Sean O'Malley. You are going Ayman Zahabi. I'm going Cyril Gahn. You are going Alex Pereira. And I'm going Ilya Topuria. You are going Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Man, if I win 2 of these, I'll be happy. I just want to see Cyril Gahn lose, but I did pick him to win the fight, but I think he's going to win. So it is what it is. Thoughts on the picks? Are you confident at all, D-Rose? With Zahabi, Cyril, and Justin Gaethje. I mean, you got the sour this week. You didn't get the hot bean,
No, that sour was pretty. That
I didn't see it. I was walking my dog.
That was intense. So yeah, I definitely don't want it again. But yeah, I'm much more confident in the first 2 than I am the third. But let's go.
All right. With that being said, that is all the picks for the show. Me and Rose will be back here Saturday with Change of Cheddar. Change of Cheddar will be Saturday this week after the weigh-in. So after we get weigh-in, face-offs, all that good shit, I'll all my shots, and me and D-Rose will be here Saturday night giving you our final picks, predictions, bets. We will have some parlays here for you. And that, before we get out of the show, for anyone that decided to stay here for the full show, I already got a parlay cooked up for y'all, D-Rose. D-Rose, give me your thoughts on the Leezy that I got cooked up here. $13 to win $790. I know you picked a few different ones here, but anyway, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights on the card. So I left off Cyril Gane versus Alex Pereira because that's just a hard fight for me to bet. It's Ilya to win the fight in under 2.5 rounds. Sean O'Malley to win the fight in over 1.5 rounds. Bo Nickel to win the fight over 1.5 rounds. Josh Hokett to win under 1.5. Mauricio Hufi to win by knockout in under 1.5 rounds. And Diego Lopez to win in under 1.5. So $13 to win 700, or it'll be a little bit over 800 when those all cash, because cashing that this weekend. Thoughts on it, D-Rose?
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice little parlay. Yeah, I like it. He's cooking with it.
Not too much we can do because these odds are just fucking kind of shit, to be honest. Like, that was like the best one that I can make to only win 700. Like, come on. Like, I can usually cook up something to win like 10,000. That's like my exact reads. The point to only win 700. Like, tough fight to make some money on this weekend, but hopefully they're fun fights. Me and D-Rose will see you guys Saturday night for a change of dinner. Until then, y'all be safe. Don't do anything that I would or wouldn't do. That don't make a difference. Just don't do anything bad out there. D-Rose, or you'll have to deal with D-Rose. With that being said, we appreciate y'all for stopping by here, hanging out with us. My name is Matt. D-Rose on that side of the screen. We'll see you guys Saturday night for Change of Cheddar. Until then, y'all be safe. Catch you guys later. Peace.